Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my talk show, What's Your Genesis? I am your host, Active Genesis, and today I have with me the lovely Madipup. Say hello to everyone.
Hi guys.
God, like I had so many tech issues with this stream. For one, my Stream Deck has deleted all of its info, so I have to set my Stream Deck all back up from scratch, and this is the second or third time this has happened. I'm losing my mind with Elgato. And also, last time we tried hosting this episode, Maddie had internet issues, so we're just not having a good time.
Yeah.
Lots of
But it
tech
seems to be
issues.
working now.
Yeah, it seems to be working now, which I'm very grateful for. I'm very grateful for that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna quickly also have some background music on once I can find the right. There we go. There's the lo-fi playlist I was looking for. Just have some minor lo-fi playing in the background very quietly. Uh, but yeah, no. It's good to have you on. Why don't you, give a brief introduction about yourself? What you stream. How long you've been streaming.
Well, well, I can't talk. My name is Madipup. I am an artist, aspiring game developer. I'm going to school for computer science, and yeah, I've been I was an art student, and then I switched over to computer science because I wanted to do game development.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But yeah,
I gotta quickly lock my model because my model just moved. Oh man. Let's see. At work right now, but glad to still get a chance to catch a stream. I'm glad to have you here. Freeman. I very much appreciate it. And then
mm.
let's see. Maddie, I love you. Says Sunray.
Oh, I love you too, son.
Oh man. And then let's see. We also have Rex in here. How are you doing, Rex? I was supposed to have him on my talk show yesterday, but I overslept.
Mm,
Uh,
understandable.
I've had a lot of issues lately with scheduled episodes on my talk show and just scheduled streams, both because of sleep schedule or internet issues, or even if it's just my own mental health isn't in it.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm very much glad to have you on. You're like, for one thing, you're an amazing artist. I mean, you designed your model all by yourself,
I did.
and
It
your
was
art on Twitter is
difficult.
so good too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I love your Twitter art, and I won't like that the like Christmas art you posted, and I won't lie, the side eye you given it is like it makes me feel something.
Sheesh.
She got that Mrs. Claus riz.
I got that W Riz.
Oh man, the two-tone riz, two-tone hair, two-tone riz. But yes, very much glad to have you on, and it's always a pleasure to chat with you. I know, like, I know I haven't chatted much lately since the whole failed stream, or like actually no, it was Lethal Company was the last time we hung out.
Yeah, that was really fun. I love Lethal Company,
It
especially
was.
hanging out with people playing it.
I will say, last time I played it, I had so many issues with my mod pack, trying to figure out what mods were broken or people were having issues. I've had like I want to say the last 6 streams I've had nothing but tech issues. I also was trying to do a challenge in playing Halo games, and I had nothing but issues. So I'm so sick of tech issues and issues and issues.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The technology is always gonna be screwy. I don't know. I'm always having issues too.
The scuff ain't fun though.
Yeah.
Oh man, just a lot going through right now. But I will say though, it is nice. It is nice to, I don't know, I do like my talk show. And sometimes it's stressful trying to prep everything, get it to work, especially when the bitrate issues I run into happen. But I do enjoy my talk show. It's a nice moment for me to kind of sit down and chat about things bothering me or things I'm like excited about, like get my emotions out. I also get to know my guest if they're a new guest, have a really cool conversation, interview them basically. Sometimes it's also fun just to like sit back and chat about life or whatever I want to talk about with my guest or whatever they want to talk about.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done something like this, so I'm really excited.
I know
And
you were very excited last time and also a little nervous, and it was like, and then it didn't end up happening, and I felt so bad.
it's okay. We're doing it now.
We ran it back.
Mm.
And I'm very much glad to have you on. I
Mm.
was very excited too the first time.
I
I
wanted to. Sorry, what?
No, you go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, do you have a VR headset or anything?
I do have a VR headset, yes.
Would you want to play VR Leave the Company at some point?
Yeah,
Because I'm really excited for the update for the mod.
once the mod is finished, of course, I definitely want to give that a try. That's gonna be so fun, but also terrifying.
I think it came
Uh,
out yesterday. I saw something about it.
I have a couple ideas I want to do with Lethal Company as well besides the VR. Like one is an idea I have that they could be really fun, but another is basically just copying Iron Mouse. I want to like
Hmm.
hosting a tournament, having a bunch of different like VTubers and streamers and content creators get together in a tournament, and they get in teams or assign people to teams and teams of four, and whoever lasts the longest without getting fired ends up winning the tournament.
Oh, that sounds so fun. I would definitely lose because I die all the time.
I think it'd be fun though. I think it'd be fun to throw people and then like I wouldn't make it a big cash prize. Like probably just because I can't really afford too much with
Yeah.
how expensive it could be, but I might do like maybe $20 PayPal to each person who
Yeah,
wins in the
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun. I think it could be fun. And also in
Mm.
general, I just like I want to host these events. I also really think it'd be fun to let's see. Oh hey, the Colts Totem. I wouldn't do that. I have that. I need to turn that off. I've had it there. I've had people like do that. I have not played Cult of the Lamb yet. I need to.
I love that game so
I
much.
need to give it a try. I need to at some point. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm very curious, by the way. So, how did you learn art? Is that something like, did you end up going to school for that, or is that just all completely all self-taught?
Well, I started drawing when I was in kindergarten, and then I kind of got more serious about it in middle school, and then I was like, oh, I really want to be an animator. That was kind of like my dream at the time, and I said I wanted to be an animator. And then I started going to college for art, and eventually well, actually, senior year of high school is when I wanted to be a game developer, but I kind of just was really scared of learning how to program on my own. So in college when I was an art major, it was during COVID. I had like dropped out of all my classes because I was really lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then um after COVID, I was like, you know what? If I want to be a game developer, I need to learn how to program. So I'm gonna change my major to computer science. It's a bit of a jump, but I thought that would be the best thing to do, especially because like being an art major isn't necessarily going to get you any jobs. So I was like, well, computer science is probably a better decision. But I've been struggling a lot. Like it's when people say like people drop out because it gets hard, it's hard. Like I had I failed both my classes last semester. I'm having to retake physics and calculus
Oh,
too.
college is very hard. For me, I could not handle. So I was trying to go for an English major because I wanted to be an author or like maybe even just a screenwriter for movies,
Mhm.
and I ended up dropping out because like math is not my strong suit, and I had to take math classes, and I
Same.
just was not doing well in them. And also, I was so sick of doing homework. At some point, I was just
Uh,
like, I don't want to do this.
yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead though.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Like, I've been debating on whether or not I want to keep going to school or just focus on VTubing, but I know that's not like a really like stable thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like college isn't my thing, but I should just keep going.
In fact, I'm kind of tempted to go like to kind of go on a little bit of a tangent. If you're willing to join me on this journey of a tangent,
Yeah.
about content creation. Also, hello there, Jays. Also, I don't know if I said hello to Sunray, but also wanted to say hello. Anyone who's here, hello. Very much glad to have you. So the tangent I kind of want to go on about content creation and something. So I recently a lot of YouTubers have left YouTube
Mhm.
and streaming and content creation in general. I think essentially PewDiePie is semi-retired, which that was more him like he already made it. He already had his success. He kind of made it, and then he's still doing YouTube, but it's more relaxing, like vlog-based content. He's not like on that grind.
Yeah.
Um, Another YouTuber who retired, like especially recently, the big one is Matt Pat. You know,
Oh
Pat,
yeah.
he's taken a step back to focus more on being on the background projects, and also on his family, which, you know,
Mhm.
it's the same thing. He's been doing YouTube for a long time. And after that, there's Moose Knuckle, which if you watch the Vanoss crew, you know who Moo is. If you don't, well, brief little thing. Basically, Moo has been around. He's probably the most wholesome member of the Vanoss crew. He tries to be the most family friendly. If someone says a dark joke, he always is like, "Oh boy." Moving on. I'm gonna cut he cuts all these dark humor out of the video. Um, but basically, Moo's a
Mhm.
really wholesome guy. He has a family outside of YouTube. He has I don't know if he has more than one kid, but I know he has a kid. I think he might have two or three. Um, but, and he, like, a week or two ago announced he is going to be stepping back from YouTube full time. And
Mhm.
in his own words, the reason he's doing it is because of social anxiety, for one, but also he he feels like YouTube is too unpredictable. Content creation is too unpredictable of a career path where he doesn't know how, like, it's very unpredictable if the video or stream, whatever you're going to do, is going to pay off well, if you're going to make a profit off of it, or if it's going to kind of be like a waste of time and effort.
Yeah.
Um, and also, the internet has had a lot of dark things happen on it lately. Like, the algorithms are a lot more aggressive, and it's hard to get videos to do well. And also, a lot of them are trying to adhere more, either some to children, or in Twitch's case, I don't know if he necessarily said this is more my words. Twitch's case, become more of an adult site, if you know what I
Mm.
mean.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, and I also agree with him because of Twitter. I just the past 2 years alone, especially last year, the amount of of people trying to get canceled on the internet, or not trying, but the internet trying to cancel people, was tremendous, especially in the VTubing space. Like, and
Yeah.
it wasn't just didn't just affect VTubers, this affected comedians too. And I'll get into that in a sec because, oh God, Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, he did not deserve the hate he got. But so, with the internet and cancellations and stuff, well, there was the whole Hogwarts Legacy debacle,
Mm.
if you remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people even made a website to find out whoever streamed the game, to harass them, to find their name
That's
so you can go harass them
ridiculous.
or block them. Um,
Mhm.
a lot of people, like, I think it's ridiculous too. I understand people not wanting to support the game, but you should not, like, it's the same reason here. It's like, you shouldn't harass someone for having different beliefs than you, or wanting to do something differently than you. You should not. That is how wars start. Why do you think there
And
are
just
wars
because
going
you
on?
play the game doesn't mean you support what the author did or
Exactly.
whatever.
And that's what people are trying to put words in your mouth. And if you're indirectly supporting them, well, you can still, like, I don't know. Again, that's a whole heated discussion. I hate how people can't have can't agree to disagree and be like, okay, that's fine. But because, like, that's the same reason. Another weird thing that's making me sad about the internet, and I'll get back to cancellations in a sec because there's a lot more, and I also want to talk about fluffies. But I mean, I'm sad. I have a friend right now who's involved in the war going on with Israel and all that,
Mm.
and it just and he tweeted out saying how it feels like the world just wants to watch his culture burn to the ground and die. And I was like, no one deserves that. Everyone deserves to have their own opinions, beliefs, and a right to live on this earth. Just because you have a different belief doesn't mean you deserve to be wiped out, or, harassed for what your beliefs are.
Mhm.
Everyone deserves to live on this earth and have their own beliefs, and I think that can apply to many things. That's why I hate cancel culture. Do not, like, and like, for one, Fluffy, I'll go back to his now. When what he got canceled for, if you don't know, Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, he's a hilarious Mexican comedian, very, very funny.
Mm.
Um, Love him so much. And what he got canceled for is he threw a very, very expensive birthday party for his dog, for the hell of it, because, like, his dog brings him joy, and he wanted to have a fun birthday party for his dog. Oh yeah, because I think he saw a girl, or, like, he saw someone throwing like, a quinceañera, for their dog, and he was like, oh, I could throw a better party than you can. And he did. And the internet harassed him for spending so much money on a dog, and all that, and tried to cancel him for it. And it's just ridiculous, dude. It's let people live their life. Don't harass people for the way they're living their life. And another, the big example right now, and this is the reason why this is what the kind of person's tangent, why I'm really debating about leaving content creation behind, or at least not do. I'm not going to view this as a career anymore. For one, streaming relies on is either sponsors or people to be willing to donate to you. And I'm not going to beg people to donate, and I'm gonna be very picky about my sponsors, and I don't think I'm gonna get sponsors because I'm not big and popular. If I were Squarespace, hey, I'm out. Squarespace Gamer Steps, I would take those, or War Thunder, I would take those 3. I like those, but if it was like Raid Shadow Legends, I'd probably say no, just because there's some games I don't want to really, or some sponsorships I don't think I'd take. Also, Raycon, no, you just get AirPods, they're better.
I want to get sponsored by G Fuel. Imagine me on the G Fuel.
that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. But so anyways, the biggest thing that happened recently, I mean, Nux Taku, I think his most recent video talked about this. Did you hear what happened to Joe Cat, Maddie?
Yeah. No, I don't know the full story, but I saw that he was leaving, which makes me sad.
So Joe Cat is in both, like, I think he's, I don't know if he's also an animator, but I know he was big in the tabletop community as well. He's a big content creator. He made a song slash video, a very short one, literally titled "I Like Girls." And all it is him being like someone in his chat asked him a question. He's like, I like all girls. And he goes and makes a song. He goes, and he goes like, I like big girls. I like skinny girls. I like the ones with the nice, big, nice thighs. The one with the, like, you know, he makes this really nice song, like really very innocent, like, song just about like, I like all girls. All girls in my heart I like. And everyone harassed him for being misogynistic and homophobic. Especially, like, and this is like years after the video came out. Like, was harassed because I think he posted it like a year or 2 ago, maybe longer. But this year alone, he's gotten so much harassment. He's leaving YouTube behind. He's done because his family's been getting death threats and harmful messages, and he's been getting nonstop harassed. And also, hello Reiku. But this is one of the reasons I kind of want to leave YouTube is people just do not respect your opinion. You can state an opinion, and someone out there will twist your words to make it feel like you're saying something else. I mean, Joe Cat's a great example. Just because he says, I like girls, everyone's like, oh, you're homophobic. Or you're misogynistic. You think women are a tool to manipulate. And it's like, no, he just likes women. That's all he said. And he actually said a really nice message where he's like, all girls are, what's the word I'm looking for? Are not viable. That's the wrong word. They're not valuable. It's like, all girls are okay. It's basically like, he's like, all girls.
All women are queens.
Pretty much. All women are queens. Yeah, right there. And pretty much that's all his message said, and yet people twist his words. Another great example, people trying to play frickin' Hogwarts Legacy. And then people are like, oh, so you support someone, you want trans people to die. It's like, no. They just want to play a video game. Sure, the person who made it is possibly a shitty person, right? And he could probably provide plenty of proof for that, or at least evidence to support that claim. The thing is, it doesn't mean that, like, just because they're playing a game doesn't mean they hate you. Doesn't mean they want, like, I hate this twisting of words where it's like, oh, because you do this, this is what it means to me. Okay, well, that's your opinion. My opinion is I respect who you are. I just want to play a goddamn video game.
Right.
And this has just become such a problem recently in content creation. It's become so bad. And again, like, going back the whole, content creation also is not a stable job. Let's be honest. There's a reason why, like, content creators have talked about this when they try to buy a house. Like, they have an accountant, or people who go to check their credit score and stuff. They're like, oh, what's your job? And it's like, YouTube. And it's hard to get a house because it's not a stable salary. It's not a stable profit, And so it can affect your daily life in the sense it might make it really hard to buy property or get insurance because of what your career is. A lot of people don't see it as a stable job or a stable source of income, which, if we're being honest, it's not. It's a
I don't like that.
lottery.
Mm, yeah.
Both streaming and YouTube are lotteries in their own sense. Streaming relies on getting noticed and developing a community that loves and supports you in everything you do. Um,
Mm,
and also making sure they're not parasocial, because that can, if your community is parasocial for you, like man or woman, and they find out, hey, you're in a relationship and they didn't tell them, or you announce you're in one, you can lose a lot of support, or even get harassed. Like you or your partner can get harassed for it, because
mm,
parasocialness is not healthy.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like I love content creation. I do and I don't, and that's something also I think I've like I love content creation because I love sharing my funny moments. I love sharing moments with friends. I love when I have the energy to put out content that I'm proud of, like whether it's music or a video I've edited or something I've let someone else edit that I think they did a good job on.
Mm-hmm. I
But
agree.
yeah, but my biggest gripe with it is that when it comes to putting out something you're proud of, if it doesn't perform well, it really hurts.
Mm,
If you put a lot of effort into something that doesn't turn out well, and also I forgot where I was, like what specifically I was gonna say about that, but basically content creation. Also this year I did like I was so depressed because I realized I started writing down what I like and dislike about content creation, and some of the things I wrote down about what I dislike have been things I've been putting up with since the day I started YouTube in 2015, that
mm-hmm.
I never really confronted myself about and accepted, which some of them being that I don't like editing long footage. I don't like sifting through footage. And I know
Yeah, I
that's a
don't either.
big part. And, sifting through footage or, editing videos can be very exhausting. It's like I like editing YouTube shorts when I'm in the mood for it, but also I hate making thumbnails for videos. Like I ended up having to like do some self-reflection, like what do I like and what do I dislike about content creation? And it kind of made me sad and started asking myself, am I actually cut out for this?
I
And
mean, as long as you enjoy it, I think so, yeah.
yeah. Well, I think that's the important part is, and why I'm thinking about just starting going back to treating this as a hobby and doing it less and less, because of the fact, for one, I'm burnt out. I won't lie. I'm very burnt out. And
Yeah, it's easy to get burnt out when you're not like the fully enjoying everything that you're doing, you know.
yeah, and I feel like I definitely need a break. And another reason is that I think with content creation, the most important thing is going to enjoying it, making sure what you're uploading is what you enjoy. Because if we're going to, like, that's just what YouTube should be, or streaming. It should just be doing it because you enjoy it. And I mean, that goes for most things in life. I mean, I get like you won't always like your job, either, but like
Yeah.
if you're like the thing is your hobbies. Your hobbies should never be something you're forcing yourself to do. If you're forcing yourself to do your hobbies, you're not enjoying your hobbies anymore,
Yeah.
and they're hurting your mental health more than they're helping.
Yeah. I definitely feel like it's always should be something that you put yourself first, and then, um, if you're not putting yourself first, then you should, yeah, definitely take a break.
Yeah. No,
Mm,
I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
sorry, I kicked my desk if it was loud.
No problem. It didn't really make that much noise.
Okay. Oh, but yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things like concentration. It's hard. I think it's harder than a lot of people realize. I mean, it's not physically hard because, I've done physical labor jobs and those will exhaust you. Well, and even those are mentally exhausting. I mean, everything in this world can be mentally exhausting. Just going out and feeding your cat because they're meowing at you can be exhausting.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think it's about finding a way to help ease that exhaustion. You need to find ways to balance it. And I think that's something I especially struggle with as someone who's neurodivergent, with
Same.
autism and ADHD.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like it's always a struggle to figure out how to maintain my enjoyment and my happiness. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's something I'm always battling with, and it sucks. It's like I wish it was easier to be happy and content with what you're doing and not feel burnt out.
Yeah, for me, I usually get burnt out way too much if I because I tend to be a very like uh what's the word, momentum based person, so I'll just go and go and go and go and work, and then I realize, oh, I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not eating, I'm not drinking,
I've
I
done
don't
that
have a good
too,
sleep
so I feel
schedule.
ya. I've done that too, so I definitely feel you. Like if I'm really into editing a video or making a song, I'll sit there for 8 to 10 hours, if not longer, working on it, and then I'll realize, oh, I've not eaten all day, or I'm not taking
Exactly.
a break, and it's like, yeah, the passion's good, but I'm like, oh, I really need to take better care of myself.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm in your YouTube chat too. Thank you, Vane. I appreciate it. But it's just it's been a lot recently, and also okay. Here's another thing I want to talk about real quick. When when it comes to content creation, I feel like it has is I think I might have mentioned this to you right before we went live, but I think
Mm,
it's kind of affected gaming for me, and in a way has ruined it. Because now whenever I play a game off stream and something funny happens, I feel guilty that I wasn't streaming or recording to clip that. And it's like, and I feel like it shouldn't, like, I feel like I wish I didn't feel like that because now, like, I will admit lately I've been playing American Truck Simulator and, like, at least I was, and now I'm taking a little bit of a break because I've been getting back into Baldur's Gate. And I've been
mm,
feeling guilty that I'm playing it off stream, but it's like, I kind of just want to relax and play the game and not focus on playing a game just because I can make content off of it. Because there's something just relaxing about sitting there and just enjoying a game in peace and quiet and not having to focus on viewer counts, trying to entertain.
yeah.
And while it's nice, again, there's still that feeling of guilt because I had something really funny. I had Will in my party, and Auntie Ethel said something about boiling somebody, and then was like, "But what can I do for you to help you?" And Will was like, "Tell her what we need, but if she brings out a pot of boiling oil, run." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so fucking funny!" I started crackling up, like cackling. I just started laughing. And I was like, damn it, I wish I'd been recording for that or streaming that.
It's always
And
like when you're not streaming, the funny stuff happens.
yeah, and I mean that's most of Baldur's Gate, but at the same time I want to get back to mindset of just enjoying video games again because I'm not letting myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that much of an issue just because like I I'll be honest, sometimes I just would rather not stream. But that's
Yeah.
just because I don't want to always be talking when I'm playing game.
No, and I feel that
But
too. I feel that I think that's a big part of what like that. I think that goes into my issue with it too. Is I did like when I'm always talking while playing a game, it makes it hard just to like get invested and just sit there in the game and just play.
yeah. But I do have those funny moments where I'm like, I wish I was streaming. That would have been really good clip or something. Um, there was a time when I was playing um is it Exit the Backrooms or a Backrooms game, and I was playing with my best friend, and there was a moment when I started screaming my ass off because of that the bacteria monster was chasing me, and it scared the shit out of me. I was like, and I was like, that would have been a funny clip, but I didn't clip it. But I still
Oh
have the
yeah.
memory.
I mean, also
Yeah.
like it's exactly like I was also playing American Truck Simulator with my friend Panda, and apparently when I drove away, I was sad that I didn't get to witness this. Apparently, a truck went flying into the stratosphere, which is I was like, damn it, I wish I'd seen that because he just started dying laughing. I'm like, damn it, I wish I could have seen that. And he was like, I wasn't recording or anything, damn it. And it's like, it's most like that. It's sad to miss those, but uh,
Oh, I just really remembered. There's an OBS feature. If you have OBS open, at least that you can like go back and record something that wasn't like recording in the past. If
yeah,
you,
yeah. I
yeah.
think that's a part of OBS, like,
Mm,
or at least I know that's a part of Shadow Play as well. If you have that, if you're like NVIDIA, they have like
yeah.
record the last 30 minutes or whatever you want to set it to.
Mhm.
Like, if a lot of fun stuff happened. I've thought about doing that, but I also that I think the main reason I have it is because back when I I'm still not used to having a PC that has so much storage because I still have like 14 terabytes of free storage for video. So I
Mm,
could easily just, play a game off stream and not record every single second and just record the highlights, but I don't know. It's one of those things I'm just starting to wonder like, and I also feel guilty because I have like so many videos and streams I should edit because they're really funny and I have so much footage.
yeah.
Um but it's like trying to figure out what I'm gonna trying to find enjoyment again in the things I used to is really hard.
Hmm.
And honestly, that's something that I feel very it's hard to say that because I've had a lot of I I've had a lot of time to try and just enjoy games. When I was younger, I used to love playing video games. Like I'd hide in my grandma's bedroom to get away from family because I wanted to play games, but also I just wasn't social and it was my happy space. And I don't know, it was very it feels sad that now I associate video games with content when I wish I could associate video games with fun again.
You'll get there. I believe in you.
Yeah. Sorry that this become a bit dark and just me
It's
venting to
okay.
that stuff. Uh, it's just it's hard. It's been a struggle, and also lately I feel so guilty. There's been so many people that wanted to be on my talk show, and like I plan to have them on, and I've had to cancel either because my sleep schedule's fucked up, or in some cases it was a matter of I just like well mainly it's just sleep schedule, but sometimes like in the past it was I'm just not in the right mood for it, and it sucks that sometimes I'm just not in the mood. Because I want to talk to people, but sometimes I just don't have the social battery to do it.
Well, it's hard to force yourself. If you're forcing yourself, it's not gonna be a fun time. So it's like, um,
Well, and then it feels
I
guilty
don't
though
know.
when people are like, "Well, now I'm upset because we had plans and now you're canceling." It's like I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I feel so bad. It's like because I know it's like I'm letting people down.
Nah, you're gonna let people down. I've been trying to accept that fact. I'm gonna let people down. I'll just take, like I said, put yourself first. I understand like feeling like you're gonna disappoint people though, but
Yeah. Let's see.
that's just a part of life. You're gonna disappoint people.
Yeah, let's see. In my opinion, having your own time to enjoy the game with yourself or friends is the better option. Don't let those times be like content time. You can just talk about it with chat. Content creators have a life too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very true. And it's like, and I've thought about doing that, just playing a game and basically talking about it with my chat instead of playing it on stream. Because for one, I've really wanted to play through the Mass Effect series. I also want to play more Baldur's Gate, but sometimes I just don't want to stream it. Sometimes I just want to enjoy it off stream. And I don't know why I like playing Baldur's Gate off stream more than stream it. I think it's also I'm just starting to fall out of love with streaming. I think it's because like I love the chat interaction. Don't get me wrong. I
Mm,
love having that. It's just it does feel sad when I'm doing it and then no one's talking because then it feels like I'm talking to myself again.
mm, yeah. I actually have an idea. If you didn't want to stream a game, maybe you could just go on Discord and hang out with people. That's what I do. I just,
Yeah.
yeah, I just go on Discord and I make it kind of like a community thing. I'm just like, hey guys, you want to hang out with me while I play a game? I'm not gonna stream it, but you can just hang out with me.
Yeah, I've thought about doing that with certain games too. Yeah, like,
Mm,
and I will say, I think a big problem is like, I'm definitely more introverted than extroverted. Yeah, I reach out to people. I now have the skill set. I reach out like to you or a bunch of strangers. I invite them to my talk show and or like I'll host big events. But most of the time when I'm not on stream, I don't. What I think a lot of people don't see is a lot of the time I'm off stream. I just kind of isolate myself. Like,
mm,
yeah, sometimes I'll hop in Discord calls and chat with people, but most of the time I just kind of like my alone time to watch anime or be by myself. And
yeah,
I don't know if that, like, sometimes I just feel guilty for that too, for not hanging out with friends enough.
that's valid. You don't always have to be hanging out with people. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like I'm pretty extroverted, so like when I get sad when I'm not around people, but I still need my alone time. I mean, I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And again, that's very true. And I think also I've had so much happen recently, and like I posted this on Twitter. I think you liked this post, but I've also had such an uptick, and it's not so much with men because men, none of my guy friends really come to me with their relationship issues. But I've had so many female friends come up to me, and I've been it's so sad to see so many like women putting themselves in situations where, like, either they're with an abusive partner, or they're
Mm,
with someone who is, like that's a more recent thing. But the main thing I see is just women who feel like they talk to me and they're like, I feel like I am being neglected. I feel like I am being ignored. I'm not getting the attention I want. And I asked them, have you told your partner this? Some of them say yes. Some say I'm too scared to.
mm, yeah.
And recently I had someone talk to me about how they're with an abusive partner who's very verbally and emotionally abusive, and they don't want to leave because and this was their words. They told me, I don't want to leave because I don't think I deserve anyone else,
Sad.
which made me
Oh.
so sad. And then they also said, they said the only men who have ever treated she said the only men who have ever treated me right are fat ugly men. And she's like, so I'd rather be with a hot guy who treats me like shit than be with an ugly man who treats me nice, because then a
Oh.
hot man can also give me beautiful babies. And I had to stop and be like, for what I had to stop and be like, personality should always come first, no matter what. The personality of the person and how they treat you and how they treat others should always come first. And she told me a bunch of other things, like how she treats her mom, like how her partner treats their own mother. And I'm just like, you do, and I had to tell her, and she like she finished my sentence for me, and I was like, you do realize that this is the way he talks to you, and if this is the way if this is the way he talks and treats you, and the way he talks and treats his own mother, how do you think he's going to treat? And then she finished my sentence by saying, our own children or his own
Mm,
children. And I said, exactly.
yeah.
And
Relationships are difficult and complicated.
it
Mm,
is. And I feel like, I think it's because for me, I fell in love really hard with my first partner, and I
mm,
had to be the one to break up with her because I realized our relationship wasn't going to give me what I wanted,
mm,
and we weren't going to go much further because she didn't want to get married, and she didn't want to like have kids. She didn't want any of that, and she didn't want a physical relationship, and I did. There were needs I wanted filled, and I knew I wasn't going to get it from her,
yeah.
and so I was like, I think we'd be better off if we just go back to being friends. I think because I had such a healthy breakup with my first partner, it's put a mindset in me that's stuck around where if I'm not happy with someone, I leave. I will break up. I will try to make it work, but if I realize it's not going to work out, I walk away.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Like, sticking with someone just because I think, oh, I really like this person and it's not working out, but I can make it work, you know?
And
Like,
you think you
I
maybe
would,
you can change them.
mm, maybe. But I also felt like like it was all my fault. And like, I was in a lot of really crappy relationships in the past, and I would just hold on to them because number one, I didn't want conflict. I used to be a people pleaser, so I would just always constantly be like, "Oh, it's my fault." Uh, but after a while, and recently, I realized that I can't please everyone, and even I need to take care of myself. And if there's just like one little thing that isn't working, or if I'm not happy, then I'm gonna leave. Like, uh, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you know.
And that being said, I won't leave over just any small thing. It has to be something
Right.
rather big, or it has to be a lot of small things that built up and we're never changing.
No, I don't mean like, oh, you did something annoying, I'm gonna leave
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah,
But
yeah. No,
like,
no, I'm not
it
saying
has
that
to
was
be
the.
in big enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just saying in general, like it has to be a big thing, and it has to be something that I've come to realize isn't going to change. Like my
Right.
last partner, I realized she like, I like I realized she just did not like cops, and even would
Mm,
get very angry around them, even if they were just like outside a car directing traffic, she'd get angry, and I was like, I, I can't I can't be with this person because the way they treat law enforcement is probably going to get us in trouble or get her in trouble in the future. And also, it just isn't very attractive to hear someone look at somebody just because of their career path or in what they're doing with their job, with their life, and be like, oh, this person's an asshole.
I can understand that. Yeah.
I don't want to be with a judgmental person, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I don't judge a book by its cover. I don't.
No.
I like to get to know someone and or before I make any judgments about them. And then here's the thing. You stay with the person long enough, you'll learn things about them you don't like that you never would have found out like at the start of a relationship or friendship.
Right.
And some
Yeah.
people hide their true selves. No matter how much you get to know them, they might just hide something about them. The most extreme
Mhm.
example is that I found out a friend of mine on VR chat. Or like basically all these years, like I've known him. I knew him for like 3 years, and turns out he was very much um like he liked to dominate women, and I mean in a
Mhm.
bad way. Like he wanted to be in charge, and
Mhm.
like in his own words, in a very disgusting video of him basically being caught trying to be sexual with someone who claimed they were 15.
Oh.
And he was
What
like,
the
I'm going to
fuck?
train you to be subservient to men. And
That's
seeing
fucked up.
this video about him immediately made me disgusted by him and cut him out of my life because I want nothing to do with him.
Yeah. What the fuck? I
Uh,
wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be around someone like that either. Like
no, no. And it's
that's
like,
like he literally a sexual predator. Fuck.
mm, and also, just going back a bit, like talking another thing the person I was talking to at work said is they were like, also I can't be with a partner who has female friends, and I was just like, and here's the thing, I understand, being uncomfortable with your partner having friends of the opposite sex. I get it. It's gonna be a
Mhm.
discomfort feeling for anyone,
Oh,
but
sorry. Go ahead, model.
no problem,
Yeah.
no problem. But here's the thing. I learned a lesson many years ago when I had a really bad breakup, and I told all my friends. I confronted them because they were still friends with my partner, who well ex, and I was like, I don't think I'm comfortable with you being friends with her. And they were
Mhm.
like, and I basically was trying to make them choose her or me, and that was not fair to them.
Mm-mm. No.
No, it's not, and I feel like that should also be applied to if you're trying to date someone. Don't tell them you are not. Do not tell them who they are and aren't allowed to hang out with. I do think you should bring up, hey, you being around this person makes me uncomfortable. If it's a specific person, and if you have logical reasoning behind it, like explain to me why does this person make you uncomfortable. If it's just because of they're the opposite sex, that's not enough. I'm sorry, that's not enough.
Right.
You have to give me reasons. Do they give flirty vibes? Do they give a vibe that they want to take me away from you? If not, it shouldn't be a problem. But discuss what are the problems with your partner. Don't just be like, you're not allowed to be with these people because of this thing that is a problem with me. That's, in my opinion, that's something you need to go to therapy for, especially, and work out and figure out, okay, how can I be okay with this? Because you should never tell someone you aren't allowed to hang out with this person because I don't like this other person.
Yeah. That's just textbook abuse. Like being trying to isolate your the person that you're.
Seeing, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not healthy.
No.
It's really really not. It's not, and it's like I don't know. It's one of those things like I think it's really really hard to talk to someone about your feelings and what are your problems, but you need to dig up what are those underlying problems and figure out other ways to deal with them than trying to force someone else to adhere to what your needs are. If it's something that person can do for you to help, like say if like, okay, if I'm having a panic attack, do this for me. That's good to talk about with your partner and be or like, talk about things, that will help you, but don't force them to do these things. If they do it, like there's like again, there's so many different examples. You can't force your partner to adhere to you. And yes, it's nice if they do help you by doing the things you ask them or doing things to help, you know, and not please, but help you get involve you with their life and accept you for who you are. But you also can't force it, and sometimes it's a matter of you having to figure out how you can be comfortable with yourself.
Right. Like I've been saying, take care of yourself first. If there's a problem in the relationship you can't fix, or like you can't control other people, you can only control yourself.
Yep.
And if it's not working, even no matter how much you love that person, you have to just
Consider
let them
leaving.
be. Yeah.
Consider leaving. Consider just like come to a what's the right word? Come to an understanding of each other and be like, okay, we can't fix this, and that's fine. Relationships are hard. That's cult teaching
Mm,
101. It is, yes.
yeah. Yeah, they're always complicated. It's like, yeah.
Yep, and it's a mess. And recently I've been thinking about going and getting a job, being a truck driver, driving semi trucks and stuff. Something I realized
Mm,
is if I do that, my social life is going to be even worse. um,
right.
Basically, it's especially hard, going to be hard for me to find love because I'd have to basically find someone who's fine with dating someone who's always on the road if I do make that my career path.
Mm, that's
Like,
difficult.
yeah, it's like you have to find someone who's either fine with the traveling and seeing the country and driving with you, or you have to find someone who's fine with being alone for long periods of time. Either way, it sucks.
Yeah, that's
But
really hard.
people have made it work out because there's YouTubers out there who do YouTube as a couple. Like there's a semi truck driver who drives around with his wife or his kid, and it's really wholesome. And
Cute. Oh.
yeah, it's really cute. And that's why
Mm,
it's like honestly, it's hard to find a partner who will fit in your life no matter what you do. And I think like career choice also could play a big part of it because like a great example is I matched with someone on a dating app and they found I told them what I do for my job and they're like, "Oh, well," and they just unmatched me.
oh.
So some people are
Well,
very judgmental about what you do as a job. If you're not making six figures, if you're not rich, if you've not gone to college, there's a lot of problems there. It's hard to find the right person. I think that's why like some people might never find love and stay single their whole life. You also can't. Here's the thing, people. You can't force love to happen. It just happens, and
yeah.
it honestly does happen when the time is right. You'll find the right partner eventually. You will, or you won't, and that is something that is also fine. Because if you're not going to find the right person, don't force someone to fit into your life, and don't force yourself to fit into theirs. Find
Yeah.
someone who you fit each other, you know, and
Mm,
that takes time, and that's something you can't rush, something you can't force, you know. Love happens. There's no perfect partner. There are only understanding partners. Exactly.
yep.
That too. There is no perfect partner, and there's only understanding partners.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Okay, sorry for all these tangents. Just things on my mind.
It's okay. I totally get it. It's nice to
Uh,
talk about stuff like that.
it is. It
Um,
is. Go ahead. By the
but
way.
nothing. I was just thinking about VR Lethal Company again.
VR Lethal Company would be fun. I'm excited. I don't know when it's gonna release though.
I think it's out already. I saw people playing it.
Oh, really? I did not know
Yeah.
that. Because I was expecting once VR Lethal Company comes out that I'd see Iron Mouse play it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
expecting to see clips of it on YouTube, but I haven't seen any VR Lethal Company clips yet or
I saw a couple on
videos.
Twitter.
I saw some on Twitter, but mainly for announcing the VR. I didn't see any about people playing it.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I saw that they're like, VR Lethal Company's out. I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe this was like a thing that happened really recently, like last night or yesterday or something.
I think it was, yeah.
It could be out.
Um,
I definitely want to do it. I definitely at some point. Although I will say recently I tried getting back into VR and I realized that I might just not like my VR headset, the Index, because I have a lot of issues with it that I just don't like.
um, my Quest 2 sucks, so I totally understand that.
Yeah, and it's sad because the Index was better than the HTC Vive, and in many ways it is. But I'm tempted to go back to the Vive because it was more comfortable, and I actually liked being able to look in those lenses. The Index I have a lot more issues with for some reason.
Hmm. What kind of issues were you having?
For one, the edges of the lenses are too bright. It's like it kind of has like a blurring or like a glare issue where the edges like that's because the lenses in an Index are circular, and the edges of the circle are just very too bright. When it came to interviews, stay for the live advice, life advice. Well, hey, I'm glad you're sticking around in general. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Uh,
Mm.
Very much. I enjoy my talk show. It gives me a moment to get things off my chest, or like vibe with a friend, or like get to know someone really well. It's just I enjoy it when I have the energy for it. I'm starting to have less and less energy for my talk show, and I feel bad for saying that. uh, but you know, I'm trying to find my path in life, and it's hard.
It
But
is.
and I might get back to that in a sec. But go back to VR. When it comes to like the VR stuff, another issue I have is like I can't get the lenses at a good distance. Whether that's like I feel like the index, I can't get them far enough apart. I feel like even when I try to get them like and here's the thing, the index has two adjustments you can make to your lenses. You can either make it go further away from your eyes, like forward, or you can make it like get closer to your eyes, the back. Like, well, that's the front and back, but you also can make them go side to side. And when it comes to the side to side, I feel like I can't get them far enough away from my eyes. I feel like I'm always a little cross-eyed because the lenses can only be like, I think it's like, what is it, is it 70 centimeters or 70 inches, something like that, apart. I think it's 70 centimeters or something. And like there's a minimum, but 70 is the maximum. I want them wider, like at 75 or something, because I feel like they're way too close still to my eyes.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
I
have.
don't,
Go ahead, though.
I
Sorry.
don't have an index, so I don't know what like I can't relate. I just have my Quest 2, and the Quest 2 is always like really laggy for me, especially when I go into VR chat. Ugh,
Oh yeah.
fucking oh.
Also, could be the model too, because some models are also make you lag. I found out that I was basically nearly crashing myself until I swapped models because I used a model that had a lot of visual effects, and a lot of people had disabled that model because it was like lowering their frame rate by so much. It just had way too many particle effects.
I don't think it's my model. It might be other people's models though, or
But it
the
could be,
world that we're
yeah, that too. And then it also just very well could be the headset.
in. Yeah, true.
But and with the Vive, it's funny because the Vive, so the Index for some reason is less hard on your PC. It's like it doesn't hurt the performance as much as the Vive does. Because my Vive used to really make my PC run hot, but the Index doesn't do it nearly as bad, and it would make and I get more frames in an Index. But
Mhm.
but like around the time I got my index, I ended up solving a big issue I had with my Vive, which the Vive always looked pixelated to me. It had like a screen door effect, you know, like if you were like to look out your screen door in your back into your backyard, it had that
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
And I hated it. It was like I could see each individual pixel, and I learned that an easy fix is just increase the amount of pixels on in the lenses, which you can
Oh.
do in the Steam VR settings. You just go like, I want to see more pixels per eye, because I had it at like 100% and I increased it to 200 and it was so much better,
Mm.
but also
Oh, I
makes the
didn't think you
performance a
could do
lot
that.
worse. Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
see.
a cool feature. The
Mm.
company VR seems fine. So yeah, it must be out now. If it, I'm just waiting. I guess I've just been waiting for videos to come out on it. I definitely
Mm.
want to give it a try. I will say, another issue I'm having, I'm scheduling too many streams on my days off. um,
Yeah.
and also also too many streams throughout the week when when it's a struggle to wake up. Um, because I try to stream in the morning when I know I have energy, because I don't have energy when I get off work. When I get off work, I just want to lay down, watch anime, or maybe play a game off stream and just relax. So I try to wake up, but I tend to either stay up too late at night, or I just have a really messed up sleep schedule, and just my body is adjusted to staying up until like 3 or 6 a.m., and I can't get to bed on time. And then
Yeah.
again, scheduling too many streams. For one, I have two episodes of my talk show scheduled tomorrow, when I really honestly should probably cancel one of them because I need to make a phone call in the morning. But I also can just make it on Tuesday. But I'm having I have two. I don't know. I feel like I need to start giving myself at least one day off a week where I just don't stream. I don't have to go to work, and I just relax. And I don't do that for myself.
Yeah, I've been getting invited to a lot of collabs, which is really fun, but also they're on my days off most of the time. So I'm like, I wanna join. It's because they're usually like Lethal Company collabs, and I love playing Lethal Company, but also I'm getting a little sick of it. I
Oh,
think.
I feel that. And the thing is, I've not played nearly as much as other people. And I think that's what says. I feel like if I had been playing it as much as everyone else, I would still be enjoying it. But because I've only played it, if I'm being honest, like 4 or 5 times, probably six, but 6 times in the time it's been out, and I'm already burnt out. And I think it's because of the repetitive nature of the game. Like I still love it. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but I've been
Yeah.
very burnt out as well on the game.
Yeah.
And
That's why I'm excited for the VR because I think it'll give it a little bit more of a fresh point of view on the game.
oh yeah,
Playing
I
it.
think so too. I also think it'll be very terrifying. Especially if you get the
I'm ready.
Skinwalker mod with it as well.
I am ready. I am ready.
I love the idea of Skinwalker plus VR because then it's like you turn and you hear your friend speak to you and it's just an eyeless dog.
Oh god.
That sounds so terrifying, but I love it.
I'm
But
ready to get my like I'm ready to shit my pants over like the thumper.
oh yeah, the Thumper is so terrifying, and then also the Bracken. But I know you have a thing for the Bracken.
Wink. I can't wink.
I can.
Oh,
And it actually reads well on my model right now. Sometimes it doesn't. Some. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That one worked.
I
Um,
turned it off because I don't want my eyes going blah blah blah. Blah.
yeah, sometimes that happens to me, but most of the time it doesn't. I don't know what I did to fix it, but my model settings kind of worked and made the blink work. But and I also will say, don't forget the coil heads. Oh yeah, that'll be
Oh,
interesting.
coil heads. Oh, I'm just imagining you're just standing there and you like turn around. It's like right in your face.
By the way, have you ever thought about opening commissions for your art?
I did have commissions open for a really long time, but I kind of like got burned out of them. All right, no, I feel so bad. People have been waiting for like months for their commissions, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh man, because I've thought about asking you for art too, because
Mm,
you have such a nice art style.
thank you.
It's very warm and pleasant.
I appreciate it.
And also, if I'm gonna be honest, I think your art style has such a perfect, like, it's like the perfect art style for YouTube thumbnails for VTubers.
Really? Oh,
I
that's
think,
nice.
like, whether
Thank
that's
you.
clip or full videos, like, I could see Iron Mouse using your art style.
Mm, mm. I would die if she commissioned me.
And that's why it's like if I start getting more commissions on VGen, if I can get verified, I totally will send you a code so you can set up a VGen store.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, I might commission or might. I can't.
You might
I
do
hate when I
commissions
can't
then.
talk. Yes.
uh, yeah, but your art is just so nice. I really like it. It's like and it's weird because it's so cutesy, but I feel like if you did like you also have the potential to make it very like saucy art as well.
Yeah, I've been kind of doing that more often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh boy, the sussy saucy art.
Mm. When I first started VTubing, I was super say-so, but now I kind of like fuck it. I'm gonna be my true self.
Give it yourself. Yeah, that was me for the longest time, and now basically I'm just like, if you check my Twitter likes, that's on you. I've given up on caring now. I like what I like. Although I will say I try not to like the I try to avoid liking the most NSFW stuff. Like if anything, I'll just go on my alternate account specifically I have for that side of Twitter.
Yeah, I try to be professional, but I'm also like I'm gonna make the lewd jokes every so often.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. And I mean, I was saying so for a long time, and then eventually I was just like, I'm just me. I'm Genesis. I'm very open about my likes, and it's like people flirt with me. Yeah, I'll get a bit flustered, or like they'll be like, oh, look at him over there liking feet. I'm like, yeah, so what? There's nothing
Understandable.
wrong with liking feet. And I found that as long as I'm open about it, no one finds it weird. As long as I'm open about it, I'm like, especially if as long as I don't try to hide it. And that's why it's like, if you go on Reddit, there's so many fucking stories about guys being like, I'm too scared to tell my girlfriend I like feet, or I was too scared. Like a girl asked me if I liked feet because I gave foot massages, and I just said no because I didn't want to own up to it. And it's just like, bro, just be open. Just be like, hey, I like feet. It's the same thing as saying, I like thighs, I like boobs, or in girls' case, I like abs, I like muscles. It's the same fucking thing. It's just being like, hey, I find this attractive.
I mean, if you're in a relationship, you should be honest about it anyway. This is what
That
we're
too.
talking about, being open and communicating.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That too. It's like be open to communicating and don't shut the other person out. Like,
Mm,
if you need time away, tell them, be like, hey, like, if anything, if you're in an argument, and be like, tell the other person, look, I need time to process this argument and process my opinion so I can come at you with a clear mind.
yeah. If you just ignore them, then they're gonna freak out and be even more uh anxious about it. Especially me. I would be like, why are you ignoring me?
Oh,
I'm
that
what did I
exactly.
do?
I've gotten ghosted in so many relationships. Like I got IRL ghosted by one of my girlfriends. Like
Mm,
my last ex, she locked me out of her bed. Her for what? She locked herself in the bathroom after basically being upset about a lot of depression stuff and something my younger brother said that I'd already talked with her about and be like, look, I disagree with him, and also I don't think what he said was meant to hurt you like this. And yet she got all in her, like, she lets it get in her head and really affect how like her thought process towards my family. And I'm like, they do not hate you, they think you're a really cool person. But she just had
oh,
this really sad thought in her head, and then she locked herself in her bathroom, and then because I just couldn't sit in the bed in silence, I sat there like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, I can't sit here anymore. So I left the room and went downstairs, and I ended up chatting with her mom and stepdad for a while about how it was to deal with her and how I wish I could help her, and I ended up going upstairs to try to like to see if she's okay. Like for one, I want to get my stuff back because I was thinking about leaving because her stepdad was like, if I were you, I would have just left. Her stepdad was very
yeah,
harsh, and he was like, I would have left or even just broken up with her after that fight.
damn.
Especially because you guys are like 2 months into dating. And
Mm,
you know, I ended up breaking up with her like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks later after that fight, just because I, I don't like being shut out. I don't like that. And also a big part was like around that time is when she did the whole thing with the cop. And so being shut out like that and being with someone who always is so depressed about the world and letting everything overwhelm her, it was just too much.
mm,
It's
I can
like,
understand that.
yeah. It's like what do you want me to do about it, you know? It's like you're pushing all this on me, and I'm someone who I like to help people, but I feel like I can't help you, so I feel like I'm stuck between a brick and like a hard place.
Mm, yeah.
Uh I don't know. It's like I'm a very logical person, and I'm neurodivergent. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I can do to help.
Exactly. Yeah.
And let's not yell at each
Um,
other. Let's make things work.
I don't know. I heard the quote. I don't. It stuck with me ever since I heard it. I was like, you can't help someone who can't help themselves. Like,
Exactly.
uh, you can only do so much for someone, and then it's not really your responsibility.
And that's why for my like look at myself, it's like I may have a lot going on right now, but I am helping myself slowly but surely. It's why I'm trying to cut back in certain things. It's why I'm looking for a different job or a different position because I'm not happy and I want to be happy, so I'm going to look for things that will help me.
Hmm.
And I might
Exactly.
it might take time, but I'll find it eventually. And the thing is I'm not going to push on other people to give me answers. The only time I've done that is when I've trapped myself in a situation and I'm too sad and I like. But then when I reach out to friends, I'll listen to their advice and
Hmm.
wholeheartedly. And typically, even if I don't take their advice, just hearing them talk to me and let me get things off, and also let me get things off my chest, it helps.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
bottling, you should never bottle up your emotions. I think that if you do that, it's bad.
I think it's okay to rely on other people, but just relying on people all the time is like
That's not good. That's
not
too much.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Because
definitely
I
too
mean, that's
much.
your friends are supposed to be there for you. The people that you love are supposed to be there for you. But when they start to become like your only source of uh care at all, like that's when you need to step back and be like, wow, I'm not taking care of myself and I'm relying on people too much. That's when
Exactly.
it's the problem.
Exactly. No, I totally
Mm,
agree.
mm,
And I feel like honestly, I feel like like especially recently, my talk show has basically evolved into like life advice instead of a talk
mm,
show. I really been tempted just to take like I wish like I just don't have the strength to go and watch my own talk show. But I wish people would write down timestamps of conversations that I had, and that way I could clip the like highlight the each conversation, just upload them as separate videos to YouTube, so people can just see my opinions or me and my guests talk about something, and they can choose based off the title of the video. I,
Mm,
I,
yeah,
I feel like that'd be really nice, and I'd be able to help people that way by giving them some like a way to talk about it.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Now I wonder how does it feel to wed a therapist? Oh boy.
What a therapist. Um, I mean, I don't think your partner should be your therapist, even
No,
if that's
it
their
never
career.
should be. It never
Mm,
should be. I've been a therapist to my partners before because, like you mentioned earlier, because they said, what is it? Thus the name "I can fix him" or "I can fix her" was born. Exactly. Because I'm definitely an "I can fix her" kind of guy. If like,
mm,
I'm more drawn to women who have problems than women who don't, and like that is sad to say because I want to help people so much. So when I see someone struggling, I want to help, and then I develop emotional attachment to them because it's like I just want to see you happy. And it's sad. It is so sad because honestly, I know deep down I want to date someone who's more put together, someone who knows what they want, and someone who I don't have to fix. If anything, because I'm broken in many ways, and having someone who's there to support me when I'm going through something rather than always have to be there to support someone else would help so much.
yeah, I think everyone needs like a support group of. That's it, like a support group. I feel like that would be better than having like one person
Oh, it
support
definitely
you.
is. It's why like we're social humans are social animals. We
Mm,
need people to talk to. Like even if you're an introvert, you need to find that one or two people, preferably find a bigger group, like 5 people you can all turn to like separate times and be like, "Hey, I need to talk to you about stuff going bothering me right now."
mm, yeah,
And that's
exactly.
yeah, and that's why for me, one thing I've thought about is if I do go down the route of becoming a truck driver, one thing that scared me is that I'd have to let go of a lot of friendships. I wouldn't be able to hang out with people. But I also realized I'm gonna be on the road a lot. What I could do is I could find a way to basically stream for one, stream my drive, like have the camera just face me as I drive, so they can't see where I'm at. Because I don't want people to like follow me and track me down. Um, because like there's already enough creeps in the trucking industry and enough people who try to break into truck drivers like semis. But besides that,
I'm imagining like you have like a VTuber avatar on your track.
I was thinking. Well, the thing is, I've shown my face on stream before. I'm not like the only reason I really go VTubers because I like the aesthetic, I like the community, and I like I also love using my VTuber model to make thumbnails. But
Yeah.
I have no problems with showing my face. I just typically like to look good while I'm doing it.
Mm,
um,
understandable.
but I mean, my whole model's modeled after how I look IRL. So,
Mm,
um, but but also I realized I could just use like for one, I think a lot of my friends would still allow me to talk to them and be their friend, even if I'm not a streamer anymore, which
mm,
really helps a lot because I like, and I will say it is sad if I quit. Like, let's say I quit YouTube, right? And let's say either you or some of my other friends said like you're big streamers, you're making like big money, like you have like 2,000 subs a month. You know, let's say you're in that
mm,
category, and I'm sitting there still trying to be your friend, and I'm not a streamer. It would make me so sad if people would start pushing me aside because Stefan's. I mean, I'm not making content.
mm. Well, uh, I would try not to let that happen if that happens with me.
Yeah.
I don't like to push people aside for like whatever reason. Unless we just stop talking naturally, like it just happens.
Yeah.
Mm,
Exactly. And that sucks. The thing is, I find it hard to like funny enough, I had a friend reach out to me today, and like in the first time in 4 years, and I was excited to talk to them. Came to find out their Discord was hacked, and they were trying to get me to play test their quote unquote game.
mm,
I was so sad because I genuinely remembered this person was like, oh my god, this person's so cool. I hope you've been doing well, and then they're just fucking hacked. I'm like, god damn
bro.
it. Because I do feel bad. There's like I have like over 400 friends on Discord, and
I cannot do that.
and
Mm.
it's so hard to keep up with everyone. Many of
Mm.
them I can't.
Oh, you're only one person. That sounds
I am,
impossible
I
to me.
am, I am. I am only me. Uh, and it's hard. And I will say another thing. It has been a struggle lately to find, like go back to the whole relationships thing. It's been hard to find a relationship I'm happy with, both
Hmm.
long distance or in person. And I find that in person, like for one, it's a lot harder to get attached to someone who's online. But the issue being like finding someone I'm attracted to online is I can't see them as often. And I'm a very physical touch oriented person. I like being able to hug. I like being able to hold hands, cuddle, all that.
Hmm.
So it's hard, but I do like. I think I could make a long distance work as long as the other person, like or me, are willing to basically move our whole life to the other person's country or state.
Yeah.
A matter of who's willing to move in with who.
And that's a huge decision because when you meet in real life, sometimes people are totally different and you
Uh,
don't vibe the same.
And that's why, for one, if you start dating someone online, you need to like, or even if you're considering it, even if you're like feel like you both have feelings for each other, visit each other at least once for like like 3 days to a week or two, and spend time with them. Like genuinely spend time with them in person and find out how well you click together.
Yeah.
And also, it's typically better to fall in love with a person who is like your best friend, someone who you just really vibe with.
Right.
And that can be hard. That can be really hard. It's hard finding a best friend, honestly. And the thing is, you can't force that either. It's just a matter of you really vibe with someone, so you can't stop hanging out with each other.
Right.
And I've had several best friends throughout my life, like, and many of them have drifted away. But there's still people I consider people that were once very, very close to me. And it's
I've
hard.
been through a lot of people who I've been very, very close to, and then we just stop talking or life happens.
Yeah.
Um, but I keep looking forward to meeting new people, meeting potential people to hang out with. I don't. I'm a very friendly person, so I like
Yeah.
to meet new people.
Yeah, you give off friendly vibes. You give off shy vibes, and you also give off like friendly vibes. Like you're the kind of person who, like, if I met you IRL, like I feel like I'd want to give you a hug. You just give off like I want a hug energy, but you're
Aw,
too scared to ask for it. That's the energy I get from you. Is like I'm too scared to ask for a hug, but I really want one.
yeah, I'm pretty shy, but once you get to know me, I'm pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy doggo.
Yeah.
But hey, that's typically that there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
Also, I'm curious because when I mentioned I was neurodivergent, I think you said you were too, and I can't remember. Are you?
I've never been diagnosed, but I um relate to a lot of things about ADHD and autism, so um I don't know. I wouldn't say I am 100%, but like I guess I consider myself to be.
And you think you probably
Um
have some tendencies, yeah.
mm, that's why I'm like I'm not sure. I do want to go get diagnosed or whatever, but usually when I go to the doctor, they just listen to me and they're like, "Yep." And then and then I'm like, "You didn't test me or anything."
Yeah, yeah. And I will say, and I think personally, my personal belief, especially as I've got to know more and more people, throughout
Mm,
my jobs, whether that's online or offline, um, the people I've gotten to meet, I think that everyone in this world has touches of autism and ADHD, just it's at different levels.
yeah, I mean everyone's different, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
And I think everyone has a form of ADHD or autism. That's just my belief.
mm, yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. That's why they say autism is a spectrum.
Well, the reason why I think I do is just because like probably 80 to 90% of the things that people talk about or uh, say are symptoms of those things I do. Like even as a kid, like
Yeah.
I had this favorite like blanket that I would just cling onto when I was a kid, and I would just like it was just my like
Comfort
comfort.
blanket.
Yeah, and
I am
then
the same way. So I was the
mm,
same way.
mm, and And I've had friends that are like, yeah, yeah, you're totally autistic. And I'm like, oh, okay. I
And
just
I
think
don't
it's
know if this
funny.
is an autistic thing, but I just know as a kid I was a very imaginative person where when I played with Hot Wheels,
Oh,
I would
I love Hot Wheels.
I was very weird with Hot Wheels. I would give each car a nickname and a superpower because I like to imagine each car. Like I had one car I called Acid Wheels, one car I called Copycat, one car that I called Boombox because he could cause earthquakes with his music, and another car called Lava Wheels, which should be pretty self-explanatory.
Lava Wheels. I love that.
I just like to do that. I gave them all, which honestly that'd be probably a really fun racing game, a game where cars can have superpowers.
Dude, that would be cool.
Or like a Wreckfest style game where it's like a versus like a demolition derby, but cars have superpowers.
Yeah.
That could be really cool.
When I
uh,
was a kid, I was obsessed with trying to catch mourning doves. I wanted a mourning dove as my pet for so long that I literally made a trap with a bucket that like I tried to get the birds to go underneath the bucket so that they would get trapped underneath it.
oh my
I
gosh.
was so obsessed with the idea of having a mourning dove as a pet that I wouldn't let up about it until like I got old enough that I just stopped caring.
Yeah. And
I
that's
just think
that's
it's funny.
funny. I think that's funny. Yeah. Uh, uh,
I loved animals ever since I was a kid.
I'm actually curious. How old are you? Like, maybe we're around the same age because it sounds almost like it.
Yeah, I'm 25.
Oh yeah, no. I'm only like I turned 25 in April.
Oh yeah, I turned 25 in September, so yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you're a little bit older than me, but only a few months.
I think you're no, you're older than me by a few months.
No?
Because you're already
I
25. I'm not. I'm 24. I'm turning 25 this year.
oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I am older then. Yeah.
Oh man. But
Mm,
I have a feeling just because the vibes you give off, I'm like she feels like she's like my same age. I feel like we're the same age group.
yeah.
Uh,
Everyone thinks I'm younger, actually.
I
Usually
thought
people are like,
Vesper was younger, but
oh
he's
yeah.
like 32 or like turning 32 or 33, and I'm like, what the hell? He has like the voice belonging to like someone who's like 26, if not 24.
Right. Everyone thinks
Uh,
I'm usually in high school or something. They're like, you're 25? And I'm like, yeah.
you just have a young voice.
Yeah.
Uh, man, and it's like, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Actually, wasn't it recently? I think I was kind of blown away. I think wasn't there a VTuber? There's a couple of VTubers who just they had use these really high pitched voices, and then they'll lower it, and it's like, oh my god, what the hell? You have like a sultry voice that is sounds like your normal voice, like sounds like it
I,
should be your normal voice. Like Finana Ryogu, her freaking voice is so deep when it's. Sorry, family came in.
it's okay.
But it's like, Finana has such a deep voice. Snuffy, when she did her voice reveal. I'm trying to think of another VTuber who, like, I think Aurora, is Aurora Macquise? I think that's how you say her name. She has a very high-pitched voice, but when she lowers it, it's like, oh boy.
When I try to lower my voice, it doesn't go very well.
What does it sound like?
Uh, like this. It's not that much different. I can't. My range, I don't have very much range. I can just whenever everybody does the R redeem, I'm like great. I have to do ora.
Funny for me, it's like I have some decent range. I mean, like again, like some of my coworkers think I should just get into narration or voice acting, which maybe I should. I just don't know how to get into it. But it's like, I can do like the raspy old man or old lady like, "Oh, back in my day."
Yeah.
Or like, "Oh, Sonny." But that sounds more like rusty spoons than anything. It sounds like salad fingers and a old lady. Um, I can also do the nature documentalist. Today we watch the Madipup in its natural habitat. And also, you know, of course, I can also do the lowered, very low voice and do ada ada. Yes, I can lower the
ASMR.
voice, the ASMR voice. Yes, hello chat, welcome to the stream. So I think I have a little bit of a good range.
Yeah.
There's just I do wish I could copy characters. Like I wish I could do like a Kratos voice, like you know, like boy,
Boy.
boy, Atreus. I don't know, and it's like I would love to have more voices I could do and more that I could replicate. I think it'd be fun, like Kevin Conroy's Batman.
The only
Let's
thing I
see.
can do is like pitch my voice a little bit higher than normal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can talk really high. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can see it. I can see it. Well, you know, and the thing is, like, it's funny because one thing, it's always fun to see what like everyone else's skill sets are. It's like, you
Mm,
know, some people are more skilled, have better voices, or like have these like they're good at voice acting. Some people are good at singing. Some people are good at art, like you. You know, some people are like pros at video games. Some people are athletes. Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like some Parmesan?
Sure. I was handed spaghetti.
Ooh.
$25, please.
Oh my god. Thank you. Ah. Uh, but yeah. Oh god, my freaking tracking just broke. What happened? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, no, it's just it's interesting, you know. And I want to do more. I want to do more content, but at the same time, I also kind of want to take a break. And I feel like the thing is, I wish I had more time to schedule of the events I want to host. Like I really want to make VTubers do improv. I really want to do that. I think it'd be fun. Like give them a prompt and either like make them either work as a team, make them have like a limitation they have to do, or maybe give someone a solo prompt they have to act out. I think it'd be
Yeah,
fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
it does sound like a lot of fun. I used to do theater when I was younger, so I love doing improv and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to give a prompt like things you should not say to an old lady. And and then maybe have them actually like follow the alphabet and like I give them a letter like starting with the letter G. And every sentence you have to start like I go around the different VTubers and like they say if it starts with G, it's like good luck all good luck in the next 2 years or good luck surviving the next 2 years. And then the
It sounds
next
like it would
letter,
be really chaotic.
the next year is H, and then it's the next person. They go they go um haven't like you know I'm not good at coming up with stuff on the spot, but I think like it'd be fun to get people who are good at coming up with that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Uh, but yeah, no. No, I will say I'm pretty hungry, so I might actually wind down the talk show so I can go eat my dinner.
Understandable. I'm hungry too. I should probably eat dinner soon.
I definitely enjoyed this. I want to do more stuff with you, Maddie, because you're awesome.
You're awesome too. I would love to.
Whether that's VR Lethal Company, maybe invite you on more streams like this where we just chill and chat. Maybe I play a game while you chat with me, or vice versa.
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I might wind down stream. So thank you everyone so much who came out to watch, both on YouTube and Twitch. Really appreciate it. Both of you guys are great. Make sure you go check out Maddie, whether that's using the title of the Twitch stream because her title's there, or on YouTube. Her links are all down below, all her socials. Go follow her. She's amazing.
You want this last?
Thank you. Thank
Sure.
you.
No problem. No problem.
I had a lot of fun. I'm really honored to be here tonight, and I hope you enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, thank you. And I did. I enjoyed myself. I definitely did. And I definitely think I needed this to have some moment just to also get things off my chest. But also, I enjoyed chatting with you in general, getting your opinions and hearing what you had to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
thank you.
Actually, before we end it, though, one last thing before we end it, I do want to ask, what got you into content creation?
Oh, Honestly, I just wanted to like meet new people and also share my skills, I guess, my art and all all kind of stuff like that. I've been on the internet for 10 years now. Maybe longer than that. So I just
Oh
thought, oh,
yeah.
VTubing would be perfect for that. And I just love singing and I want to be an idol. So I was like, VTubing is perfect for that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can definitely relate to that because like I've been doing YouTube since 2015, so it's almost been 10 years.
Mm,
So I think that's one of the reasons I'm getting so burnt out, but it's like I think YouTube is like being around that long, being around since like when YouTube was really popular 2014 through 2017. That was when that was like the golden age of YouTube for a lot of
mm,
YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, frickin' the Vanoss crew, Game
yeah.
Grumps, the Yogscast, so many amazing content creators.
Yeah.
And I think that's also one of the problems nowadays is I think there's too many content creators.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. The reason why it's really hard to get an audience and stuff is just because of the oversaturation of people.
It
And
is.
everyone wants to be the next big thing, and everyone, it's hard to stand out. And you really have to be like doing the most. Like I honestly I just don't care anymore. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna do and enjoy. I'm gonna do things that I think are fun, and I want to bring people together and find things that are like kind of like if you guys watch Jerma, he's like my favorite streamer. So I just like I want to do things like Jerma, like where he just brings people together and like does different things like that.
I didn't even know who German was until Ludwig's chess boxing event, and then I just found out a lot more about him. I love the giant enemy spider song that came out of
I
him.
love him. Yeah,
Giant enemy spider.
he's so funny. Mm,
Just good, just good. But yeah, no, and that can be a problem with content creation. There can be just oh no, there's just an oversaturation. It really is, and it's hard to get noticed, and it's also hard to put the effort to be unique in this platform because it can take
yeah.
a lot of unique of effort to show something unique to what is out there.
And I want everybody to be able to shine. Like, I don't think there's a problem with what everybody wanting to be a content creator, but um, it makes it harder.
It
It really
does.
does, and
And
you have to have something to put on the table.
I know it's something unique I just thought about that could be fun for both of us if we did it together. Although
Hmm.
it'd put a lot more work on you since I'm not good at art. But so there is a guy, and I found him because he made a clip of Jaden Animations rating him.
Mm,
And he was doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke called an Art Lock, where anytime he
mm,
catches a Pokemon, he draws them. Anytime a Pokemon dies, he draws how they died. Like if they died to a Graveler, he draws them getting punched in the face by Graveler or something.
mm, mm.
I think that'd be a lot of fun if we did like a Soul Link, and we did the same thing. But if we tried, actually, I could also do it to try and draw, but I'd have like the bad artwork. But if for one, this is just something you could do for if you ever want to do a Nuzlocke, because I know you like Pokemon. If you do an
Yeah.
art lock where anytime you catch a Pokemon or a Pokemon dies, you draw the event. And that could be really
Mm.
cool for like a video later down the line if you do like a narration over how the Nuzlocke went. Like you could be like, and as we got to this gym, and it could be fun for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never even heard of that before. I love that.
It's a really cool. I'll send you the clip later. But it's a really cool idea to do, and I've wanted to do a Soul Link. There's a Pokemon fan game called Infinite Fusion. I really want to do a Soul Link with somebody on, like where we
Ooh.
both get and we don't do the type the type. Because normally in a Soul Link, there's a rule where you're not allowed to have the same primary typing across both teams. I just don't want to have that. I wanted to just have fun with the fusions and see what we get, and randomly see what Pokemon we get with our fusions being linked together. And if one of our Pokemon dies, the other person's Pokemon dies that was caught at the same time.
Oh, you learn something new every day. I've never heard of this before.
Okay, I'm gonna I'll have to send you the Soul Link then. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I'll send you Jaden Animation's Soul Link. That one's a pretty good one.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's a good
I'll check it
one.
out.
It's definitely a good one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wind down stream here. But again, I want to make more content with you. I want to hang out with you more. You're awesome.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you for joining me. And again, everyone, go check out Maddie. She's cool. She's a cool doggo. Go give her head pats and call her a good girl.
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you everyone so much. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna quickly go look for somebody to raid. Because we got some decent people over on the Twitch side. Oh, whoops, I clicked on a stream by accident. I'm trying to click show more. Give me one sec. I followed too many people. Speaking of Pokemon, let's see. I just found out one of my friends is streaming Pokemon right now, so that could be cool.
Woo.
Let's see. And then, chat's nicknaming a bunch of Libras. My friend Historia, her shiny Pokemon collection. Let's go do that. So I'm gonna just copy that name and put that in the raid. Everyone, be sure to go say hi to Historia. She's really cool. And I'm gonna wind down stream. And again, thank you everyone so much for joining me, especially you, Maddie. And I hope you all have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And the raid has gone through.